He recently did an interview with Decrypt, and I've been saying this for a while now. The future of this industry hinges on institutional-grade custody. That's the key to unlocking the serious capital. That's where the major players will operate. That's how you'll tap into the financial services ecosystem that people actually rely on. Now, this doesn't mean self-custody won't still be available, it should be. But the real momentum is heading toward large-scale, institution-friendly infrastructure. And let's be honest, the next wave of users, they're not going to understand or care about private keys. We're also moving toward much smoother, more intuitive user experiences. For the average person to adopt blockchain, it has to be seamless. They shouldn't need to know how it works under the hood. They won't need to understand what a blockchain or private key is. It just has to function in the background. Like any good tech. And the exciting part, we're almost there. In a few months, we're likely to hit some major milestones that finally make this space accessible to the mainstream, delivering the financial tools everyday users have come to expect, and honestly, that's been the mission all along. Look, while some of you are just now thinking about positioning yourselves, I've already been doing it. A good chunk of my XRP is stored with iTrust Capital, where I get access to institutional-level custody at no cost. They're using 3 major providers for this: Coinbase, Prometheum, and Fireblocks. That means triple protection with top-tier platforms. And here's the best part. It doesn't cost you a dime to use their custody system. There's also a closed-loop setup, meaning only fiat and crypto go in, and only fiat comes out. This design makes it incredibly secure, a serious defense against the kinds of hacks and exploits you always hear about. Head over to itrustcapital.com, or even better, go to itrustcapital.com/XRPArmy. If you're opening a new account, there's a promo code there to get you a $100 funding bonus. You can open either a crypto IRA or a premium custody account. Basically a standard crypto account with institutional security. You can even transfer your crypto directly into it once it's set up. I've done both. I recommend it. XRP is sitting at $3.07, and the total crypto market cap is $3.83 trillion. Things are heating up again. I can feel the momentum building. Now this next part is important, and it's for the grown-ups in the room. This is a serious conversation about enterprise adoption of the XRP Ledger, and here's the reality. None of this is going to gain traction without regulatory compliance. That's always been the key difference with Ripple and XRP from day one. They've worked alongside regulators while others were busy chanting down with the system. That mindset never made sense to me. Just look at stablecoins. They're highly regulated, issued by institutions, and still power open DeFi ecosystems. That's the blueprint. Compliance and decentralization aren't enemies. They can actually enhance each other. With the XRP Ledger, compliance is baked into the design, but without centralized control. There's no government running it. It's just like Bitcoin, it's decentralized. The protocol shouldn't be deciding legal rules, it just provides the framework. Users should be able to follow regulations where needed, and if they can't, the technology won't get adopted. You can use compliance as a bridge to openness, not a roadblock. Imagine this. I could hold a fully regulated financial product and use it as collateral in a decentralized lending platform. That's how you connect the traditional finance world with DeFi, without compromising either. The XRP Ledger was built with this in mind. The trust line model means recipients must opt into assets. No spam coins showing up in your wallet like on other blockchains. It allows for KYC gating, escrow features for things like time locks, structured settlement, and institutional level deals. You can set conditions on who's allowed to send you money. You can enforce legal claims and claw back assets when required. If a court rules that an asset is no longer valid, you can remove it all within the Ledger's framework. And there's only one decentralized exchange, the XRP Ledger itself. Recently, they've added functionality where you can split DEX commissions while keeping it interoperable with permissionless parts of the DEX. That means I can verify I'm a US citizen, not on a sanctions list, and access assets restricted to certain jurisdictions, all while maintaining the open architecture. They're even rolling out domain-level asset verification, so users know they're transacting with trusted issuers, and it's all native to the protocol. No clunky third-party add-ons needed. This is the foundation for the next wave. Tokenized, real-world assets, institutional lending, and mass DeFi adoption, all coexisting on a public, decentralized ledger. There it is. That's what's coming, and it's coming fast. Today could be the day, according to a report from Cointelegraph. The SEC is expected to make a decision on Ripple's request to withdraw its appeal, and that decision is set for August 7th. Well, today's August 7th. Could this finally bring the XRP versus SEC battle to a close? Cue dramatic music. Dun dun dun. And here's where things get even more interesting. Out of nowhere, Caitlin Long is suddenly taking shots at Ripple. And right around the same time, a group which looks to be the International Community Bankers Association is reportedly sending a letter to the Office of the Controller of the Currency, opposing Ripple's application for a national trust bank charter. Folks, none of this is random. These are the same power players who've been pushing back against Ripple from the very beginning. I'd say the SEC lawsuit may have been influenced not directly by regulators alone, but potentially by larger forces operating behind the scenes. Maybe not this exact group, but definitely part of that same network. This is deeper than it looks. And here it is. Grab your popcorn. David Schwartz just fired back at Caitlin Long, and it's glorious. Happy to chat whenever you want, he said, laying it out there. Ripple, RLUSD, the XRP Ledger, and XRP, all up for discussion. He even dropped a few facts right off the bat. Translation, Caitlin just got officially called out. If you're wondering why everyone's suddenly getting so vocal, it's simple. They see what's coming and they know Ripple's about to be a serious problem for the old guard. Let's talk numbers. As of early 2025, Ripple Labs is sitting on $1.5 billion in cash. That's not all. They also control around $37.13 billion XRP in escrow. It's valued at $87.25 billion, plus another $10.72 billion worth sitting in there. On-chain wallets. Yeah, they're loaded. So when Ripple steps into the ring, there is no competition. Legacy players know it. And here's what David Schwartz says about what's coming next. He believes there's a space for both volatile assets like XRP and Bitcoin, and more stable ones like RLUSD. Some use cases benefit from volatility. Others, like buying groceries or managing loans, demand stability. For example, if you're paying for tokenized real-world assets, stocks, loans, everyday transactions, there's a payment on both ends. And when the recipient isn't crypto-savvy, they want predictable value. That's where stablecoins come in. He's also looking at collateral. Volatile assets like XRP can be used, but with risk. If someone is protecting that collateral, they're going to want something less risky, more stable. And Ripple's stablecoin can help fill that gap, especially in financial environments where liquidity and security are key. He also teased that Ripple is acquiring brokerage platforms like Kitten Road, which gives them access to collateral infrastructure and adds even more firepower to their ecosystem. So yeah, it's all coming together. But wait, there's more. Over $9 trillion is currently sitting in American 401k retirement accounts. Reports are saying Trump is looking to sign an executive order that would open up 401k plans to include crypto, real estate, and private equity. That would be a total game changer. So, is XRP ready to take off? We're diving deep into this inside the private community on Patreon. Visit diexrp.com to join. You can also click join under any of my YouTube videos or follow me on X for full access to the extended, ad-free content. Subscribe, smash that like button, tell your friends and family, and remember, I'm an investor, not a financial advisor. This content is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.